Hi everyone, welcome back to the Life in the Risk podcast. Today we could have covered the results from the auctions that took place in Geneva this past week, but there are a few auctions that haven't fully finished. At this point, Phillips is done and Andy Corm is done, but Christie's and Sotheby's are still yet to finish their auctions. And so instead of covering the auctions halfway and then doing another episode next week where we discuss the balance of the auctions, I thought it would be nice if we covered a different topic, and then we could cover all of the auction results on a later podcast. So today what we're actually going to be doing is doing a holiday season sort of episode where I'm going to make some recommendations about some nice gifts that you could give someone this holiday season who's interested in watches. I think the holidays is obviously a great time where you can celebrate each other, be with loved ones, and exchange gifts that can mean a lot to many different people. And I think as watch enthusiasts, I think we would always appreciate gifts that are watch related. Now, the most difficult part of this is if someone isn't exactly into watches, but they have a friend who is. It can oftentimes be challenging for them to gift the right thing, because watch enthusiasts obviously are on a different level when it comes to their knowledge and appreciation and maybe the brands that they're looking at compared to other people. That isn't to say that someone who's into watches is spending more money on watches. They might just have a more specific idea of what is to their taste. And so hopefully this will actually help those who have friends who are watch enthusiasts and you are looking for a gift to give them this holiday season. I'll also just take a moment to stop and kind of just think about the last year. It's pretty incredible that 2023 is, coming to an end very, very soon. And to look back, this is the fourth season of the Life in the Risk podcast, and to look back on what we've covered for this entire year has been immense. If you want to see all the things that we've covered, there's a section on our website where you can go to. If you click on podcasts, you'll have each of the seasons is sort of listed out there. So if you want to see all the episodes from season 4, you can check it out there. But again, it's just incredible. I think we've done over 150 episodes of the podcast over the 4 years that we've been doing this. And season 4, I think we have over 30 episodes. So it's definitely a time to look back, and I hope that you are also doing that as an individual on how far you've come in the last year, how far you've grown, the things that you've accomplished, and hopefully you'll look to this holiday season to celebrate all that and then plan for what's next over the next year as we go into 2024. Anyway, I'll get off of my sort of my rant here about appreciating sort of where we've come and look forward to where we're going, and sort of go into the gift ideas that I wanted to give. So the first thing, and I think this is such a great gift to give someone, is a loupe. Now, if you don't know, a loupe is essentially a magnifying glass that allows someone to see parts of a watch or parts of jewelry at a much larger magnification. Obviously, watch collectors use this a lot when looking at watches to see the finishing used on them, the condition of certain parts of the watch. And this is a phenomenal gift to give someone who might be a watch enthusiast and might not have something like this. With each of my suggestions, I'll have an example that you could place that you could go to find one of these. I'm going to leave a link to Loupe Systems. Loupe Systems is a Swiss company that makes watch loupes. They're also the official partner of the GPHG, and they make phenomenal loupes. Really great quality, really sturdy. They've also done a collaboration with MB&F, which is kind of how I got introduced to them. They made the Project LPX, which is basically this rocket ship that you can put together, and it comes with 2 loupes. Now, you don't have to buy this MB&F Loupe System collaboration. They do sell loupes by themselves, and so you can purchase one of those on their online store. Of course, you don't have to buy it from Loupe System. This is just a suggestion on my part where you could find one of these things. What's really cool about Loop System is they actually do a lot to integrate their loops with phones, and being able to use the loops to take macro shots of watches, utilizing an iPhone or an Android. So they have these really cool universal clips that allows you to clip the loop into that clip and then put that onto your phone, which allows you to take some really cool pictures. If you are looking, if you know that your friend or you are looking to take some really great macro shots, I highly recommend them. I use them myself, and it's part of that Project LPX MB&F Loop System rocket that I had the opportunity to purchase, and it really is phenomenal. It gives you a completely different perspective on what watches will look like under this sort of magnification that they have. So I'll leave a link in the show notes to Loop System if you want to take a look, but there are many other loops you can buy. You can buy a very simplistic loop. I think there are some companies who actually do like customizable designs on some of the loops, so that might be something nice as you look forward to buying a gift for someone. The next idea that I have for you is to gift a friend a membership to one of the a watch society. So there are societies around the world that are basically a lot of them are nonprofits that work to continue the tradition of horology in their respective areas, and are dedicated to sort of advancing the art and science of horology through education and get-togethers. And it's a fabulous place to make really great friends and learn new things about watches that maybe you hadn't known before. Some of the examples that I can give you is the British Watch and Clockmakers Society. There's also the Horological Society of New York. These organizations are wonderful places, and they hold wonderful events for watch enthusiasts to participate in. Obviously, you have to become a member, but they do allow you to gift memberships. The Horological Society is going to be my example, so I'll put a link in the show notes to that. But you are able to gift memberships to people, which I think is quite cool. They range from all from bronze all the way up to gold for the Horological Society of New York, and can be a fun gift to give someone, because it's a year membership, and it sort of opens them up to attending some really great events with fellow enthusiasts. So I'll leave a link in the show notes to the gifting of the Horological Society of New York, because I do think it's a wonderful society with the right tradition in mind to advance sort of the knowledge and education of the thing that we love the most. I also think that it gives you another angle or a different type of appreciation for watches when you start learning about things from an educational perspective when it comes to watches. I think that's something that I've always tried to focus on at Life on the Wrist, because I do think, watches obviously are beautiful, and it's important that you like the looks of it, and I think that's probably 99% of what you're looking at. But I also want to say that, the technology that goes into these and the innovation that goes into these things that we love is also something that you can fall in love with, and I think Horological Society of New York focuses on that as well. So that is my second gift idea. My third and final gift idea is kind of a generic one. I think people have probably used this in basically every gift-giving idea, but I thought I would give you a brand that I'll give you two examples of brands that I think would be great places to go if you are looking to gift someone a strap, which is my second idea. My third and final idea. Straps are obviously something that watch collectors can enjoy heavily, because it brings to life the pieces that they're wearing on their wrist. It can give them different looks, get different styles. You can wear these watches in different weathers if you are pairing them with different types of straps, and I think that is such a fun part of being a watch enthusiast, is seeing how a strap can change the way a watch feels and is on the wrist. My first suggestion is Strapsco. I'm not sponsored. This is not sponsored by Strapsco. I should have said none of these suggestions are sponsored suggestions. But Strapsco did reach out to me, and I did review some Strapsco straps that they sent me. I'll leave a link in the description of this video to that, so you can see that, and I'll leave a link to the Strapsco website if you want to see it. But I do think that they make some nice straps. They have a really, really diverse shop, which I think is why I want to suggest them. Is they have everything from obviously classic leather straps, but they also have Apple Watch straps and smartwatch straps and rubber straps, so it really varies on what they have, and I think that's kind of why they're a nice place. It's kind of a one-stop shop if you are looking for to buy some straps. I think they also have some really great holiday deals, which is nice. I'm seeing something here that says the fall sale, buy two get one free, plus 12% off site wide, which is another kind of fun way that you can buy something for an individual, and kind of, you can buy them three straps or get them three straps instead of one. But if you are looking for another place to buy watch straps, I hope my next suggestion will be a new one for you. I recently came across Camille Fournet, which is a French strap, or I guess leather company, and they do produce watch straps. They have some really beautiful leather straps that are incredibly handmade, very, very high quality leather, and honestly look incredible with whatever piece you're looking at. They do have sort of normal calf straps, but they also do some lizard grain straps, which I think is also quite nice. So they have a really nice sort of variety of all of these, all of the straps that they have. I'll also say that in the grand scheme of things, I do think that they are relatively affordable if you compare them to some of the other watch strap makers out there, but they are a little bit more expensive than the Strapsco straps, but still beautiful straps to add to someone's watch, and I think someone would be really appreciative given the art and detail that sort of went into the straps that are made. What's also really cool about this website is they do personalized straps, so you can sort of you can create a custom strap through their store, and so that also might be a nice gift. Maybe you could gift it to the individual and say, I want you to customize a strap and I'll cover the cost or whatever. I don't think that they do gift cards on this website, so it might be a little bit difficult to do that. It's also going to come from France, so just keep that in mind as you sort of look for gifts for your friends, and hopefully maybe I've opened up the door for you to experience something that you maybe haven't. So I'll leave a link in the show notes of this video to their website as well. I think there's a ton of other ideas that you can get out there. I think you could probably buy someone a really cool watch if you're so inclined. You could probably buy them a watch, but please make sure you know their tastes and what they enjoy in watches. You can also buy them really cool like stands that you could put a watch on. I know that there are a ton of those out on being advertised on Instagram and stuff like that. So that's another idea. And then books are obviously a great place to go. I have reviewed a couple of books on Life on the Wrist, so check out some of our previous articles from last year. There's some books that we did cover there as well, but I won't make those suggestions for this video because I want to do something different. I hope these suggestions help you as you go into the holiday season, surrounded by loved ones, and go through the process of buying gifts for your loved ones around you who like watches. I think these are kind of unique suggestions, and hopefully one of them will be a nice one for you to choose. And I'm positive that your watch friend or your family member who's into watches will be appreciative of one of these if that is if you do decide to get one of these for them. So I know we're only kind of 1 week into November, but I do want to get ahead of this because I think this is the time where people start thinking about the holiday season and what gifts they want to give people. So hopefully this is helpful to you. And I want to say, and I'll say it again, closer to New Year's. But thank you so much to everyone out there who is listening to the Life on the Wrist podcast over the last year, and however long you've been listening to it. I think this year's been a really interesting year, and we'll do a year in review, of course. But it's been a very interesting year where we've focused on very different things than maybe we were focused on in previous years, and I think that's exciting for Life on the Wrist and where it's going to go. And I've had tons of fun doing this podcast and sharing sort of current events with you as we go through the year. And I can't wait for next year, as we'll continue to do this. Into next year and onwards. So, a big thank you. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. I'm going to say it closer to the holidays too, but I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, wonderful fall into the winter, and hopefully Life on the Wrist will continue to be part of your normal rotation of podcasts that you listen to. As I mentioned throughout the video, there'll be links in the show notes to all of the things that we spoke about in this podcast, and there'll be links to all of our website and our social media accounts if you want to head over there and give us a follow or get some more content from us. It's all in the show notes, so be sure to check that out. If you are feeling generous and wouldn't mind rating this podcast, it really does help me out. It helps this podcast be more visible to those who might be interested in it. If you wouldn't mind following us as well and sharing this podcast with a friend who might be interested in watches, that's also a just fine gift to give someone, is the gift of this podcast. All right, I'll stop plugging things. But seriously, I really appreciate your support, and I can't wait for 2024. With that said, guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast, and until next time.